Hey, boys and girls, welcome back to Mario Rabbids Sparks of Hope. In the last episode, we finished up our adventures on the world of Terra Flora, actually finishing up this world quite a bit more quickly than I had anticipated, as well as destroyed the giant depleter we left behind in Palette Prime. But the thing is, that's on my mind, with no Spark Hunters making their appearance on Terra Flora, what really waits for us once we make the jump to the final planets, right before Cursa's stronghold, Barrendale Mesa, since at the current moment, we have no way to pierce the barrier on the stronghold, and with Mario and friends all hoping for a miracle from this engineer that we barely even know, apparently known as Mama. And, well, Sullivan definitely said that she would be able to help us, but the thing is, well, let's be honest here, we've never met this Mama character, and, well, they're a big part of Barrendale Mesa, apparently, because that's the main reason why we're going there, but it's also because we still need a little bit more crystals, too, to be completely fair. So, with that being said, honestly, off to go to our next world, since, like I said, we're already done with Terra Flora. Only thing left we can do is something, well, we need one more spark to do, so we literally can't even do it, even if we wanted to. But, off to Barrendale Mesa. Honestly, what will we find? Who knows? Will we run into the Spark Hunters again? Very good question. I would think we would at least run into the one we have yet to run into, at least. That's what I would say. Because the thing is the piranha plant looking one that we saw in the cutscene with Cursa and her Spark Hunters, well, we've never actually physically ran into that one, so I think we will definitely see that one very shortly. I don't know if we'll ever run into Midnight or Bedrock again, though, because I'm very curious about that, because they're still around, so maybe we'll fight all three of them at the same time. That'd be kind of cool. But, here we go. We are approaching Barrendale Mesa, once known as a cradle of abundance throughout the galaxy. That was until the Rabbids were stripped it of its natural resources and abandoned it to repaint their mistakes elsewhere. Oh, so it's literally... Okay, so it's literally basically pretty much a planet that's no longer a planet, pretty much, is what that's being said. Okay, then.
Fortunately, Mama the mechanic is still on the planet. The one person in the galaxy who can outfit our ship, with the ability to break through the shields, protecting Cursa's stronghold.
Well, that's good to hear.
That's right. The downright sneakiest, dirtiest, most devious of the Spark Hunters will be waiting for us down there.
It definitely sounds that way, Edge. I'll definitely be honest there.
Well, we didn't see any Spark Hunters on Terra Flora. Perhaps they've given up.
Yeah, I highly doubt that, based on there obviously being another one. Because we saw them when Bedrock was escaping, and we were told strictly when we first met or learned about the Spark Hunters that there was 3 of them. So, yeah, we're definitely 100% running into that last one. There's no way.
Ooh, wait a second. You say the most devious of the Spark Hunters.
Whoever this Mama is, he better hope we find her first.
Yeah, hopefully so. We don't really even know how to even find Mama either. All we know is we need to head to Barrendale Mesa. And this place is definitely looking a bit foggy, if this is the world that, like, the outer world of it. But, okay then.
Landing procedures interrupted. There's a massive electro-geomagnetic storm on the surface. Dark Mist Tentacle at work.
So the Dark Mist Tentacle's making a giant storm, which is, not very good for us, that's for sure.
We will have to jump. Thankfully, we are just a few meters off the ground.
Well, that's good.
BeepO, the storm has interfered with your, echolocative abilities. We are precisely 46,726 meters above the surface. The collision energy at your distance and your speed of impact is 73...
Okay, that's a lot.
73,266,368.07 joules.
Well, that doesn't sound good.
Come again?
You will become flatter than a tortilla on an elephant's rocking chair.
Yeah, that doesn't sound too good.
Well, there you go, Genie. Has clearly lost it. Follow me, everyone. Remember feet and knees together when landing.
I am.
Well, like Genie always is, she was right. But let's be honest here, good old BeepO and his ego does get the best of him based on what we've seen in the previous games. Well, game, I should say, because it was an adventure and a game, to be honest, because DLC adventure, but honestly, well, yeah, she was definitely right. We definitely fell pretty far, and I'm surprised we didn't become a pancake on an elephant's rocking chair, like she was saying. Very interesting analogy, but, yeah, I'm very surprised. But, we found Mama already, which is very interesting. So, that's kind of interesting, because, the first world, we met Augie immediately. And then, second world, we had to get pretty far to see Captain Orion. Third world, well, we met the Warden almost immediately, being Woodrow. And then fourth world, we didn't meet Bee until we made our way into the Everbloom. And, well, now we're meeting Mama right away, which I'm not sure is the Warden, or even if this world even has a Warden. Because the thing is, they just said that basically Mama was the only person on the planets before we even made our descent down here. But it's still interesting, though, that they kind of went, like, back and forth with that, which is kind of interesting. But here she is, Mama. And honestly, I got no voice for you, but I'll think of one. I'm gonna see if I can maybe force a different voice out here.
Great gibbly goobas.
It's okay. We are okay. I don't think that was what she was worried about.
You're okay. What about my balloon?
Yeah, sorry about that one. Bowser kind of popped it. Yeah, it's like nothing we could do about that one. Bowser's literally made out of spikes. He fell directly on that thing. It was done for as soon as he fell.
Sorry. That was a miscalculation by our ship's AI. That's your fault, buddy. We are here on an urgent mission.
We need your help with this talk, Cursa. Garage is closed. Next service station near 96 million light years down the road. You'll have a nice day.
You are, Mama, correct. Warden and Master Mechanic.
So she is the Warden. Okay, so that confirms that one.
If our ship is not outfitted with the technology to penetrate the shields around Cursa's stronghold, our mission is sunk.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're gonna buffalo Cursa. You ain't even got the sense not to skydive without a parachute.
True. But, we're insane, so I think it's fair.
Anyhow, I can't help ya even if I wanted to. Power's out. At my shop, storms made my windmill all wackadaisy.
Wackadaisy? Okay, yeah, it's definitely not looking too good. And yep, Dark Mess Tentacle over there, so that's definitely somewhere where we need to go. Although, where's the other Dark Mess Tentacle? Because we were only able to see one of them for pretty much the entirety of Terra Florum, until we made it to Mount Spout, of course. But we can kind of tell it was there. But I don't see any idea of where a second one could be, though. I see a Dark Mist Eye, but that doesn't mean a Dark Mist Tentacle would be there. Also, I think I see a mural in the middle of the map. That's kind of interesting. Huh. So all the murals are going to be outside somewhere. Okay, good to know. Also, I see a Magikoopa. I just noticed him walking around, and I also think I see a new enemy, too. It's a little blue version of the Wild Claws, but it's right around where the... Well, it says spaceship in them is on that little dialogue box down there. But let's see what's going on here.
Tell you what, get my windmill working properly, and I'll see what I can do about your spaceship and them shields. No promises, of course.
Okay, no promises. Okay, we'll see what we can do. Although I was kind of hoping we did get a promise there, but... Oh. Is that our way back up to the ship?
It's one of our ship's teleport probes. Look, there's a note from Genie, too.
So we have a way to get back to the WM Arc. That's good to hear.
BeepO, though we cannot communicate directly due to the storm, this probe can teleport everyone to the ship at any time. Or if you still think the ship is only a few meters off the ground, feel free to jump up.
Yeah, jump on up, BeepO.
Miscalculation.
Yeah, you shouldn't have said miscalculation there, BeepO. I'm gonna be honest, let's be honest, you were definitely far off from that one. It's an ill wind that blows. That's the name of the new world here, or mission here, I should say. Also, I'm curious on memories. How many memories are on this world? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. Okay, so there's 13 memories somewhere on the map. Couple could be attached to a shop, obviously, but I guess we'll find out. Also, I think I see a memory right over there, actually, talking about memories. I barely noticed it, but there we go. Cool. Okay, so let's see what our first one is, because maybe it'll give us a little bit more insight on this world. The garage. Barandal Mesa is isolated, cut off from civilization by distance and choice. This necessitates a particular genius for making silk purses out of sows' ears, using repurposed technology and salvage parts in ways that defy imagination. Like most geniuses, Mama is extremely protective of her workspace. No one is allowed in her garage, lest they disturb the meticulous surroundings within. Okay, interesting. So nobody's allowed in there. Got it. So we're not going to be allowed in her little garage there. I wonder if we could try. I'm curious. Nope. Nope, it's got a lock on it. We're definitely not making our way in there anytime soon, even if we wanted to. But let's see what's going on with Mama before we do make our run off.
Shake a leg and go quiet that storm, please. For someone taking the sweet time to fix my windmill, you sure were in awful hurry to get here.
True. That is pretty fair. But, honestly, looks like, first, we gotta see how Salesbot's doing. Since he always has a new thing for each world.
Fear warranty. Yeehaw, it's a saving stampede. Oh, you might ask, Peddlerbot, can't we expect a huge markup on top of quality merchandise? Especially at such a remote yet convenient, clean, and modern location, with plenty of parking. First, how dare you? Second, I am always on the customer side.
Okay.
So, whether you could have good credit, bad credit, or no credit, rest assured, it's all the same with me. Because I don't actually take credit. Too many deadbeats.
Okay, then. Let's see what we have here. Ooh, Speedway Bazooka's not bad looking, honestly. Although it does look like there is 2 books here. So we have Magikoopas, we obviously know what enemy that's going to be. And Riptides. This could be the blue creature I saw over in the bottom part of the, obviously, dialogue box that I mentioned earlier, but I'm not 100% on that. But that might make sense based on the deep freeze enemy. because it was blue, and that one was obviously icy for the deep freeze. So light blue, and then now we have a dark blue variant. So that could be what that is. Riptide could be its name, but interesting though. And obviously 11 for the Baron key. So honestly, with that being said, honestly, one place to go. Let's prepare for our descent deeper into Barrendale Mesa. And also our first mission right away too. The Desert Riptides. Well, I guess we're going to find out what a Riptide is immediately then. Because, well, the game has already told us. And, yep, there's those blue enemies. And it looks like the only enemy on the map, actually. Other than what seems to be some scopers over by the shock barrel there. Okay, interesting. So, defeat the Riptides. Okay. Interesting looking enemy. So, Snapper Whacker. Short range area attack with a splash effect. So don't be near them or they're gonna bounce you. At least they don't freeze me in place or do any of the other stuff where it's like the worst possible thing ever. But let's see here. Riptide finds the closest opponent on which to inflict splash-based attacks for considerable damage when hit, will doggedly pursue its attacker upon which it will deal even more damage due to their rage. Okay, so just like Wild Claws, they run at you, which was a thing that wasn't on the, what do you call them? I'm trying to remember the exact names of them. But the, yeah, why am I, Magnafowl, there we go. Yeah, the Magnafowls didn't have that. So, these are Wild Claws, but much more dangerous. Which, we thought the Magnafowls were actually, you know, the dangerous variant, but apparently this one's even more. And then Berserker's Fury. Next attack is enhanced when, with each hit taken, causing increased damage resets after attack is performed. Okay then, so that's kind of scary. Okay. Interesting. So as a way of increasing its attack, the more and more it's attacked. Got it. Okay. Definitely does not sound terrifying whatsoever. Also, there is, things we have to stand on. Now, that's interesting. So there's going to be puzzles on the map where we need to be standing on certain places. That's very interesting. Okay, then. I wonder how that's going to work. Just because we've never dealt with anything like that before. But first things first, definitely set up the turbocharge. And then prepare for any kind of messing around with these guys. Because, let's be honest here. Ooh, Spark Refresher and a Spark Energy. That's nice. We got full buffed out of that. Do I want to go for Stormblade here? Probably not. I'm going to say probably keep what we can get. But he's pretty much down, so that's not too bad. He's very angry, though. So let's see how much damage he does now. Okay, so, yeah. That's basically a one-shot if we get hit there. Almost. Not 100%, but it's still a lot of damage. So we need to be very careful with that kind of enemy, for sure. What I'm going to say is we definitely summon the Oozer. Because the Oozer could definitely one-shot the rest of that guy's HP. I'm pretty sure. Also, he cancelled his attack, so I think he's down. Well, he moved him. Okay. Well, I think we're still good there, either way. But still, though, that still is scary, though, having him basically on top of me. Okay, so, obviously, they can deal with each other over there, I'm pretty sure. So we should be pretty much fine for that side of the map. I can't put to sleep both of those enemies, which I was kind of hoping we could, but I might be able to if we go through the pipe, maybe. Because the thing is, I see an idea here that I might want to implement. Yeah, we could put both of these guys to sleep. I think that's probably good. Making sure one of these Riptide enemies being asleep is probably the safest option, no matter what is possible at the moment. Because you never honestly know. But other than that, honestly, I see a couple options here. One of which, maybe, well, we can't dash into that guy, so that's not an option. If I were to, well, I can't attack him anyways, so that's not an option either. We can dash into the scoper up there, which is an option. But other than that, for the most part, if we stand off of these things, we can't go through them. So we need to make sure who wants to go through certain areas first, before worrying about it. I'm going to say probably getting the scopers off the top part of the map is the safest option, is what I'm going to say, personally. But that doesn't mean that it's 100% going to be the case. It's just what I feel is safe. But I am going to say definitely getting rid of this Riptide enemy by using Bowser is probably the smartest part of that plan, for the most part. Now, honestly, from here, we have a couple options. What I do think what we can do is along the lines of maybe sending in Bowser with his Mecha Koopas, and maybe doing a little bit of damage to the guy that's obviously sleeping over here, and then see what we can do with that. Because the thing is Rosalina can put this guy back to sleep with the dash. So if he's... well, the shock barrel didn't do us too much, but, well, it wasn't the worst thing. It definitely could have been worse. And also, wait, that's actually a knockout, actually. So, Bowser, you go ahead and do that, buddy. Okay, not bad. Other than that, I'm probably going to send Bowser back, I feel. I feel like Bowser being, you know, not in the worst case scenario is probably the safest option. But definitely putting this guy to sleep and then walking off, I think, would be the best thing for Rosalina here. But both of those Riptides are asleep, which is very good for a first turn. Because now we only need to deal with this guy and the other guy on the other side of the map for the current moments. Doesn't mean it's a, you know, super safe option, but it's better than nothing, honestly. I will definitely say that. But I think making our way over here would be a good idea. And then Ethereal's probably a safe option for us being in such a, you know, interesting spot on the map. Didn't get a spark refresh, so no action point back. We could send this at him, but I think there might be a better way of doing this. Because I feel like we can hit him and the barrel at the same time, as long as we aim ourselves correctly. Yeah, we can definitely do that. That's not bad. Okay, cool. So we get a little bit of a shock as well as a little bit of extra flying blade damage. Not bad. Might knock him out too. Almost, actually. He's pretty much down for the count. And then he can't really aim at anybody either, so it's not bad at all. Although I do think he might be able to hit Rosalina if we were to move. But for the most part, I think we're good. So let's pass our turn and let's see what these Riptides really can do. Because they can't pull us towards them like the Magnafowls, which was why I felt like they were more dangerous. Well, there goes our Oozer, but he was going to go down anyways, let's be honest there. But that guy's pretty much done for the most part. We do have the ability to go for another Vamp Dash, so I think that should be top priority, because that gives us extra damage. We did get an action point back, so we should take that into account. Can I maybe... I don't think wasting our point on him is a good idea, just to be honest. But I do think triple dashing into that guy is safe. Other than that, this guy's... oh yeah, we put things to sleep for 2 turns now, I forgot about that. So, we don't need to really worry about that as much now, which is pretty cool. What we can do here, though, I see a Vamp attack in the current predicament here for this guy. So I feel like, yeah, we can definitely knock him out. So let's definitely go for that. So Kaboomer for you, Purple Cheerios for you, buddy. And down you go. Okay, 1 done. Now I just need to figure out what to do with the rest of the map here. I'm going to say, Bowser, if you were to stand on here... that doesn't really help Edge here, does it? Because the thing is we're already making our way over here already, as is. Although, I do see an option of maybe helping Bowser do a little bit of something above us, though, which doesn't look too bad. So you know what, Bowser, you go up here, buddy. I feel like you being up here is not actually that bad. Because the thing is Riptide shouldn't be able to make it to me. I can bounce him around a little bit as well while we're messing with him. But first things first is figuring out what we want to do with Edge here. Because I feel like as long as maybe Stormblade, because he's going to move anyways, because then we'll do a little bit of extra damage here. Also, we're invisible, so it doesn't really matter. But it gives us a little bit of an idea of what we want to do here. But first we're going to let him move first. So let's blow him sky high first. I think that's probably top priority here. Although I want to make sure we're hitting him directly. Yeah, that looks like it hits him directly. Perfect. I just want to make sure, because then he gets hit with the gust. then the Stormblade, which he got critted by, which is pretty good. Not bad at all. He's starting to make his way towards Bowser. For the most part, I think he's going to be outside of range for about the most part of that. And then honestly, I think blocking off the opening so he can't make his way in is probably a good idea as well. Because you honestly never know with enemies like this. Because melee-based enemies in this game is actually pretty dangerous, for the most part. Also, he's standing on top of the button for me. Thanks. I'll take it. Although we do have something deciding to spawn behind us here in a second. Although, well, let's be honest here. Now we have the other guys ready for us. So now everything should be in place now. Only thing is how do we want to deal with these enemies? And what kind of enemies are going to be spawning out of those portals? Because there's definitely going to be quite a decent amount of them. Also, we got jump panels again. Good to know, actually. I didn't notice those right away. But that's actually really cool to know, because I really like those. Honestly, I'm going to spawn these right on top of you, buddy. I hope you don't mind, because Rabid Mecha Koopas are definitely going to have a nice fun time with you. And blow you sky high. Because you shouldn't chase me off of them, because they don't count as Bowser. But there we go, not bad. Okay. Well, we have an idea of maybe going with you with Edge. Which actually is probably safer, because Edge is probably safer as an option for at least that guy. Because the thing is, well, we don't have invisibility active anytime soon. So being a little bit more safer would probably do us a little bit better. And I think I could maybe attack him a little bit. We could pull him closer as an option. Yeah, that's probably what it is. I think that's probably what we're going to end up doing here. Just make sure that we're not in range of the barrel is the top priority. But let him come closer, for sure. And then blow him up with Bowser. Because, let's be honest here, Bowser is definitely our option here for making sure this guy's not, like, right on top of us. We could jump on him, but the thing is that's also going to blast us, so I'm not too keen on that one, to be fair. But I do have the idea, if we do it from, like, a range, we might be able to make this work. Although I don't think it's an option. Yeah, it's not really an option. Although I tried it. It's definitely worth trying, for sure. And then, honestly, from, like, this part, making sure he goes flying is probably going to do us. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 please. Please don't. Ow. Well, okay. Well, that was interesting. That was very interesting. Well, you have 1,000 left. Bowser really can't do much right now. I'm going to spawn, probably... A move boost sounds good to me, actually. You know what? Making sure this guy's not on top of me is probably safer than anything else at this point. Because, that guy's basically on top of me. I thought he wasn't going to come, like, directly at me. That's what I thought was going to happen there, but nope. That ended up being a lot different than I primarily thought that was going to go. I think we can maybe back up just a little bit. Yeah, it looks like we could still hit him from maybe back from here, maybe? Looks like almost. No, okay, so right in front of it. That's not too bad of a range. That looks like a free hit, because I don't think he can actually make it to us from this range. Although, Bowser did not like anything to do with that movement there. I'm gonna be completely fair and honest with him. That was, ouch. That's all I gotta say about that one. But what kind of enemies spawn from these? Oh, Scopers, okay. Well, I'm not too scared of the Scopers. Bowser's not gonna have a fun time with that because he's already low on HP as is. But for the most part, he's pretty fine-ish. Could be worse. Definitely could be worse, to be fair. Okay, so we have Vamp Dash in. I think we can get Turbocharge in. Although I think Rabid Rosalina was out of range of that. But I don't think it really matters. Because both the Riptides are pretty much down for the count. As is. So down you go. You got a good chunk of HP missing now. I'm going to say... Definitely, we could dash into you, put you back to sleep. For a little bit of damage. Which might be enough for Bowser to do just exactly what he needs to do. But it's off by a little bit, actually. Okay. Well, what I can do is, because I see this as an option, obviously dash this guy out which apparently he only had 1 HP left, which I'm very surprised about, actually, to be honest. Okay, not bad. And then, honestly, getting Bowser down there is definitely... Actually, maybe Bowser doesn't need to, actually. I could heal Bowser now, and then just figure out what to do later, because Bowser does need a little bit of HP, to be fair. So, just in case if he does end up going down in the worst way possible, he at least has a for sure, like, safety route. But honestly, blasting you with the Kaboomer should end this, so Rainbow Cheerios for you, buddy. And off you go. I should say Fruit Loops, because that's what I really do think they look like, but... Cheerios cork too, let's be honest there, but down goes that map. That map was, wow, Riptides are scary. Okay, so that further cements that, Magnafowls aren't the most dangerous of the Wild Claw-like enemies. So, be very, very, very careful with those kind of enemies. But for the most part, not bad. Definitely not bad for what we can understand and see. Looks like we have some kind of push block here for Sonic little, Sonic moving blocks. Couldn't really see it from that side of the map, though. Oh, hello. What are you? Are you a Hunt? I think you are a Hunt. Magikoopa Hunt, I think, specifically. Magikoopas are terrifying. Life is hard enough on Baradale Mesa. Now we have Magikoopas to deal with. I need you to give at least 3 of them these Magikoopas the boot. Property values here are bad enough. I thought there was only... Huh, okay then. That's interesting. I thought, based on what it said, that all there was Mama, but apparently there is other Rabbids here. Also, we have a couple new areas too. Toadette Trouble. Toadette? That's the first time we're hearing about Toadette in this game. Interesting. Be a Depleter Defeater? I'm just double checking our stuff. Desert Highway Dark Mess. Gate to the Abandoned Settlements. Abandoned Settlement. Green Coin Challenge. Barrendale Mesa Secret Zones over here. The Brawn in the Brain. And then All's Ill that Wind that Blows. Okay, so a couple missions that we can do too. Just because I was curious. And this obviously looks like the gateway for this world. So we know where we're gonna find good old Madame Boistrella for this world. But other than that, interesting. Although I don't see a way to get to some of these at the current route, just from where we are currently. But interesting though. I kind of want to fight a Magikoopa though, just because I am curious on what kind of things they can do. Oh, and okay, so the Depleter Defeater is the... Okay. So that's the Golden Blueprint mission, so that's going to be the last one we do, obviously. So good to know about that one. Oh, hello. There's a little bit of a dialogue over here.
Sure, solar cars are great, but what if you're in the middle of an impromptu drag race, and there's an eclipse? No, thank you.
Okay, then. Some of the things that BeepO says is definitely out there sometimes, I'm gonna be honest. But there's our Depleter Defeater. Definitely, yeah, that's definitely one we leave for later, isn't it? This is a Secret Zone 1. So we leave that one alone. Because obviously, for the most part, we leave the secret ones alone, because most of those we could do, like, a different time, to be fair. But honestly, I'm more curious about... Oh, hello. So this is the Silly Chuck Challenge. We found that already. Although Victor isn't here, though. Oh no, here he is. So he is already here. Although he's kind of waiting for later. No challenges in the storm against Galactic Fish Chucking Association regulations. Okay then, buddy. Well, nice to know you made it here, too. Because you've definitely been following us since the very beginning. Let's be honest here. But definitely interesting, though. This looks like a scan. Although this looks like... Where does this lead, actually? Looks like it might lead to the next area. Although I'm not entirely sure. Based on positioning here. Yeah, that does not... Where does that lead, actually? It looks like it leads to a Dark Mess Eye. But, for the most part, yeah, I'm not too sure about that. And then this looks like something we can't even mess with at all at the current moment as well. Okay, then. So there's definitely probably a new spark for BeepO here. To more than likely increase our scan, is what I'm going to say. And for a second I thought those counted as the, like, little blueprints for the, or not blueprints, but just in general for footprints. Because honestly, for the most part, footprints on the floor are yellow. And although those didn't really lead to what I thought they were... Oh, hello. Here's one of our murals, so I was right on that being a mural. And they're actually numbered here, so that's good to see.
Fascinating. This is the first of several murals that tell the story of Mama, famed mechanic, and the warden here.
I thought we actually could see that little T-Rex looking wind-up thing on the map. I saw it earlier, just a second ago. I'm not sure if you guys saw it, but it was literally in front of us in an earlier area. That's interesting.
It all started when the wild and free Mama made a pit stop here for some beef jerky during a 10-planet cross-galaxy road trip.
Okay. Interesting. So she just happened to end up here, pretty much is what that's saying. Interesting. Very interesting. So this is going to lead to the next area. But I'm going to say we definitely probably want to do... Maybe... Oh, here we go. Green Coin Challenge. Well, I'll do that. It's right next to us. Might as well, right? Although, we can't walk up hills like that. So that's definitely not an option. So it's more of going from that pipe over there. And actually, how do we get over there, actually? Because for the most part, I didn't see a way to actually go over there. Looks like maybe along the lines of maybe... Nope, can't do it from down there. There was a rabbit down here, actually. I didn't even notice him. Hello, buddy. What are you doing? The path to the windmill. This path leads to the windmill, but I'd skip it if I were you. It's got a tentacle on it. Yep, it definitely does. That's for sure, buddy. But, how do you make your way up here? Just because I didn't see any, like, option of making our way left at all. Oh no, there was an option. Okay, cool. Because I wanted to face off with this Magic Koopa real quick, just because, well, we haven't fought these enemies yet. We saw a giant one in the previous world, so we got, like, an idea that we were going to be fighting Magic Koopas. But the thing is we have no idea what they do battle-wise, so I would like to actually know. But we got a bunch of Bomb-Oms here. Other than that, I don't see Magic Koopa. Oh, there he is. He's hiding over here. And it just looks like one of them, actually. So let's see here. Magic Koopa launches area attacks to damage targets within close proximity to one another. Its technique allows it to increase damage dealt by its allies. Okay, so it does 1,000 damage. Nothing special with it. But it's area of effect damage. So like Bowser's Bazooka, and it's medium range. That's not too bad. The technique is a little bit of something we do need to worry about. So increases damage for everybody else other than itself, it looks like. So, interesting. Although Bomb-Oms I don't think do extra damage for the most part, but that doesn't look too bad. Although it's resistant to every single thing in the game. So that's something to be mindful of for sure. But interesting though. I think we can easily go for a heal though. Because the thing is I think we're pretty much safe from these enemies. Bomb-Oms typically, you know, don't do too much damage to us for the most part. So I think we should be perfectly fine here. Although I do think we should maybe throw it like that. To make sure we hit a bunch of them. And completely blow up the battlefield as well. But there goes 5 enemies instantly. Not bad, not bad. Other than that, Bowser definitely needs to turbocharge. Also, that portal behind us is definitely not terrifying. That's a very interesting looking thing going on behind us. But yeah, definitely not scary. I'm gonna say dash him. Oh, we critted him. Okay, well, I'll take it. I'll definitely take it. But I'm gonna say send Edge up there. I think we can turn Edge invisible without needing to attack though, because of the fact that, well, let's be honest here. For the most part, I think we're pretty much good. And as long as we don't mess with those barrels, I feel like we're pretty good with this side of the map. Just in general, because we blow up these guys perfectly fine. And then honestly from here, well, we can attack still, because we did get a point. We do have a point here. And we can blow up a couple of the enemies right here too. So, you know what? We're going to actually attack instead. Blow up the barrels in there as well. And make a nice little bomb party over there, but 14 enemies with just Edge. That's pretty good. That's definitely pretty good. What we can do here, per se, send in the Rabbid Mecha Koopas with Bowser, and since they, have a mind of their own, they like to blow up things on their own, well, they'll definitely deal with these enemies pretty quickly. And whatever doesn't get blown up by the Magic Koopas will definitely get there in due time, as long as we, mess with them correctly. I think what we definitely do here is more than likely get in range of the Rabbid Mecha Koopas, and actually just pick them up here with Rabbid Rosalina, and just go like that, grab this other one before it blows up, and then drop this right on top of that guy, and just like that, mission complete. Not bad. Pretty simple mission. Although, Magic Koopas definitely feel like they're... If we're dealing with, more long-range enemies, I do feel like they probably would be much more dangerous. I will say that. Just because, for the most part, they didn't have a chance to be threatening yet, to be fair. But definitely do need to be careful, though, with those kind of enemies, I think. The Gate to the Abandoned Settlement. This opens up a whole new area, actually. You know what? We should probably do this one, actually. Just because there's, obviously, the red coin thing behind it, but it opens up a whole new area. So, you know what? Dark Mess Settlement, here we go. So, Gate to the Abandoned Settlements. Okay. I see a Magician, I think. And then there is some enemies behind that barrel, or not barrel, but rock over here. Sea Stooges, Magicians. Sea Stooges. Yep, Sea Stooges and Magicians. Okay. Doesn't look too bad. And also, I think I can jump that. Can I? Yeah, I think I can, actually. I'm curious about that, actually. Yeah, I think I can, actually. Edge, let me see your movement here. Because I feel like you can actually make that, for the most part. You need to be a little bit closer, though, Rosalina, I'm gonna be honest. You're just out of range. But let's see here. I'm curious about the movement here. Just because that doesn't look too far from us. Maybe. I gotta really position it. But I probably could make that. But I do say we should more than likely set up turbocharge first before we think about doing that. Just in case. Definitely just in case. You never know. But I will try it. I'm gonna see what happens. Because I am very curious if we do make this. Because it looks like we should. Yeah, we definitely should. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay, cool. I'll take that, for sure. I will definitely go Ethereal, though. I think Ethereal is probably the safest option right now, with where we are. That is definitely not an area that, would change. And honestly, just because I see another option here, I'm going to take a move boost here. Hey, if we can finish it quickly, I'll take it. I'll definitely take it. They give us the abilities to do stuff like this. Because obviously, they want you to take full advantage of your movement for the most part. So, Edge, you stay over here. And honestly, we'll just see what we can do with the rest of the enemies here. With Bowser and Rosalina. Because at the current moment, we don't need to worry about getting to the other side. Because the thing is, for the most part, when it comes to maps like this, well, you're only really worried about where you're moving and where you want to go in the near future. So, for the most part, you just want to make sure one character can make it there, for the most part, like Luigi or Edge. And that's primarily who you would bring to a map like this. Because obviously you could send them over safely, and while they know you're going to bring Ethereal, you may change your mind, obviously, you might, go, I don't want to bring this specific character because, somebody might change their strategy and might want to do something different. But, for the most part, they're expecting you to bring Edge and Ethereal for maps like this. So, honestly, they gave us the idea, might as well roll with it, right? I'll definitely say that. Just because, Edge can literally make it in 2 turns. Instead of dealing with trying to make it all the way over there. If they didn't want us to do that, they wouldn't have made it so it's possible to jump over there. So, they were planning on you doing it. So, Honestly, I'll take a reach too. Not bad. Not bad at all. I'll honestly take it. Because easier levels, honestly, I'll take them. Just because there is some longer missions when it comes to some of the like quests that you can do, like the survives, for instance. So I'll take an easier one. I'll definitely take it. Although, what's going on here? Is this just for red coin challenges? Because it looks like it might be. Huh. Okay, then. Interesting. I'm very curious about this. But let's take it and see what happens, I guess. It looks like it is entirely for the red coin challenge. Huh. Okay, then. Well, there's also a memory over here, so noted for that as well. But for the most part, this looks pretty, like, easy. For the most part. Although, I don't think I can... Yeah, I can't, so we need to go up the pipe for that. Okay. So, it caught me off guard with the pipe there. Oof. A little unfortunate. We could have got this in one. Yeah, we definitely could have got it in one. If we positioned ourselves right. And it looks like you need to take the cannon in order to get back up. So that was why they had the cannon there. Okay, I got it. I definitely got it. But first things first, let's try that one more time. Because we can easily do this. It's just I didn't know that we need to go through the pipe there, to be fair. Because I didn't know that they were making it like a no-way zone to get back there. So now we know for sure about that. But that's an easy red coin mission for the most part, because a lot of these ones are like a lot more tighter in the amount of time that they give you. But this one is actually pretty simple for the most part. But just like that, done with the red coin challenge. Already 2 planet coins in the world, as well as a bunch of extra coins to take home with us. Also, it looks like we got a little bit of a BeepO dialogue. Is that one of the enemies from Mario Galaxy? I just realized that. That's the one from the what world is that? I don't know the name of the world, but it's the mechanical world with the spring Mario is what I'm thinking of.
I never trusted these things. I prefer storing my gold coins in pipes, brick blocks, hard to reach secret areas, etc.
Okay then, BeepO. Okay then. But let's go and grab that memory while we're over here. Because based on this being a abandoned settlement, I'm actually think that might be what the memory is about. Which would be interesting. But may not. It might be about an enemy. Or something else. Let's see. And it is a spell raiser. Okay, so we're learning about spell raisers finally. These guys were on earlier worlds, so them finally getting a little bit of an explanation is good. The cowardly spell raiser prefers to keep its distance, targeting heroes from long range with a powerful bolt of menacing energy or electricity. When not so enraged, it summons other minions of Cursa's army to do its dirty work for it. It feels right at home when in contact with slime and ooze, but is vulnerable to attacks that make use of gust of wind. Well, I shouldn't say electricity earlier, but well, that would be like the first thing that you think of. I don't know why I said electricity. I forgot that ooze was what spell raisers were for. But to be honest, the spell raiser enemy wasn't really one that we were too scared of. Because they spawned stooges and not, like, big enemies. Or at least for where we've met them. They spawned in, like, really, really easy enemies to deal with. But they definitely could summon something much more nasty if they wanted to. For sure. They definitely could. I'm curious about this area. Is this, this looks like it leads just to one of the other areas, but I'm curious about this. Because... yeah, this should lead over here, I would think. Okay, interesting. Okay, well, we'll take a look at it. We'll see what we can do. No reason not to. Just because we have a little bit extra time. So we'll see what we can do here and see what's really going on this side. A lot of, like, leftover things from the previous Rabbids that lived here, though.
Rabbid scientists have been collecting data of how gravitational forces affect bobblehead physics for years. They're just dolls with springs inside. Use your funding for something else. Says you probably like it BeepO. Based on how you react to everything. This looks like an area that would technically be for just grabbing this, but
It looks like, yeah, so basically move the sonic brick here, for the most part. Can't hit it from this side, though. So you need to do it from an angle that you can obviously hit it from. Although there is no... Oh, hello. Secret thing here. So a ladder there. Interesting. Other than that, looks like this could be something over here. Although we can lower this for later, so let's just drop that down now. And then other than that, looks like this was the footprints that led to the ladder. Then obviously the sonic box down there. Okay, well I think we got an idea of what we need to do here. Because all we really need to do, for the most part, is, well, we need to find yellow block for sure. But raise that for now, just so we can make our way. Actually, wait a minute. Oh, okay, so that's why they give us the ladders. Okay, got it. Forgot you, that was a slope right there. Because you can't climb up the slope, so you need to be careful with your movements. But this definitely needs to go back here. And drop that there. Slide this back into place. And then we need to go back over here and slide that down. And honestly, from there, now we can mess with everything. And then we'll grab that dark mess egg later, once we put this yellow brick in. Because then we'll be more focused on that, because we need to open that pathway first, before we can make it over to that dark mess eye over there. But just in case, you never know. But, geez. The particles that come off of some of those areas sometimes, though, are, like, crazy sometimes. I will say that for sure. Just because, you could definitely notice some slowdown from some of those gates breaking, which definitely do affect you for sure, sometimes. I'm also surprised about, the slopes not being, a part of the, like, puzzles, too. Because I feel like, you could probably have some pretty interesting puzzles with the slopes. With them, like, making you slide down. Like, maybe you could do, like, a slide, or the enemies can do a slide. If they were to, like, jump down from those slopes. I do think that would be pretty cool. But there we go. Nice little secret one. Launch site secrets. But there we go. We also opened up this little area, too. So now we have the ability of, obviously, going up this other side area. So that'll open up quite a decent amount of extra places we can go to. Also, you know, making it so we can make our way over to this little green coin thing here. And honestly, let's see here, where we need to go. Forward, okay. So follow our bridge then, green coin challenge. Here we go. And honestly, just make sure we grab our coins. Looks like we're definitely circling back from here. Okay, so far does not look too hard. Although, oh, we need to send ourselves through the barrel here, okay. Other than that, where's our last one? There's a memory down there. There is a coin over here. Although it doesn't look too hard to get to everything, because they gave us a lot of time to get to that last one. Okay, well, cool. That's not bad. That's pretty simple for another coin there. But there we go, 4 coins in pretty quick succession, too. Although I did see a memory out in the middle of nowhere, though. And this takes us back over there where Mama is. For the most part, it looks like here. Actually, wait, no, is that Mama? I'm not too sure. Wait a minute. We shoot ourselves over here. That takes us to, well, about where Mama was. Okay, interesting. But other than that, how do you get to that memory? Because I don't see a way up there at all. Unless maybe you need to shoot yourselves up there? But how do you get down from there? Oh no, there's a jump panel down. Well, maybe I have an idea. If we were to shoot ourselves through this cannon here, because I don't think we even thought about using this cannon over here, to be fair. We can also send this into a place where we can have a shortcut back and forth. But I have a feeling that if I were to take this cannon here, it should take us to the memory. I'm thinking. I could be wrong. Oh no, not at all. Interesting. Huh. That's interesting. So how do you get to in that area? Just because it does not look like... Okay then, that's interesting. Because you think you would be able to get there pretty easily, but apparently not. Huh. And there's also a dark mess thing down there, as well as this thing. What is this? It says this is where we're going. Oh, that's the brawn in the brain. Okay, I got confused because of the purple coloring, because purple coloring usually means for the main mission, so I got confused for a second. Okay, I was about to say, well, we could do that one. You know what? Would be interesting. See what Bowser and Luigi can do together. And then, obviously, continue our story in the next episode. Because, honestly, kind of looking around would be kind of cool. Let's see what's going on in number 2 here. With the good old, wind-up dinosaur.
Mama wasn't looking for trouble, but when she saw Rabbids being threatened by a mechanical monster, she came to their rescue. The Rabbids here had actually invented the ruinous robot along with their other monstrosities that tore the planet apart.
Okay. So that's why the world has been destroyed, is because they made all these monsters. Okay, now it's starting to make more sense why they ended up just leaving this world and going to the next one. Because they kind of messed this one up completely, to be fair. Might as well mark this for later, just in case. And then honestly, from there, I do think we'll do the Brawn and the Brain to end off today's episode. That sounds pretty cool. So, defeat the Dark Mist Puddle, and obviously have a nice little fun time with Luigi and Bowser mixing up for a battle. That sounds pretty interesting.
Wait a moment. Something is different about this dark mist puddle on is rising now. We're going to need a different approach to undo this one. An enormous power of destruction will be necessary.
Necessary, you'd say? Well, Bowser's on the case, because he has a very destructive personality.
Bowser, here's someone who knows all about fighting. Perhaps he takes it a bit too seriously, though.
He definitely does. But, looks like they're definitely ready.
Why don't we send Luigi as well? Just to make sure things don't get too out of hand.
Okay. Let's definitely see it. The Brawn and the Brain. Okay. Well, Bowser, I hope you have a nice fun time in here, because I'm gonna be honest. Luigi's long range, while Bowser's short range is gonna be interesting. Well, not short range, but it's definitely gonna be interesting here. But Bowser with, okay. Well, Luigi's definitely for the... Okay, this is gonna be an interesting one. Surviving this is gonna be very, very, very interesting. What I do say of what we need to do is, for sure, definitely gonna need to change up one spark here. I think maybe making sure that we can turn invisible is probably a good idea. For Luigi, at least. And then, honestly, from here, chance of critical hits could be something we could maybe go for. Crits could definitely come in handy. But, yeah, I think that should be what we do, because I don't have the ability for Luigi to get extra dashes anyways, so we don't need to really worry about that one. Although I do say maybe getting damage drop-off would be a good idea now, just in case, because you never know. Then Bowser, any kind of extra thing you can do might be helpful here, to be fair, as well. But I'm not too sure about it. Maybe just going extra HP would be safe, because of the Riptide enemies here. And honestly, I guess we'll see what happens, because, yeah, I'm gonna be honest here, I'm not very confident on this mission, to be fair. But, I guess we'll find out here. I definitely say first things first is definitely gusting this Oozer over there, maybe? Oh, wait a minute, Bowser and, wait a minute, this is even bad. This is really bad, wait a minute. How do we help Luigi here? Okay, interesting. I don't know how you mix Luigi here, but we definitely turn invisible after we attack, that's for sure. Other than that, yeah, I'm gonna definitely say this map is a yikes already, just based on where Luigi is. Well, we can hit you, but that's not really a good idea, per se. Okay. Well, Bowser is too far away to help, so that's definitely not a good thing. Luigi's way too close to that enemy for this to be a good predicament at all. We could, per se, maybe mess around with that Oozer over there, and maybe, per se, turn invisible with Luigi, and then have him get rid of the Oozer so they can kind of meet up in the middle. That's kind of what I'm thinking here. Although I'm not really sure if this is exactly going to be, like, the best, like, movement, personally. But it's still a lot of damage, though. So, we got rid of the Oozer, so that's not too bad. Although I do think we definitely spawn in the Rabbid Mecha Koopas now, just to have them ready for later. Because we're dealing with depleters, we're dealing with a survival map. So, definitely not looking easy, for sure. This is definitely probably one of the harder survivor maps that I think we've had. But, honestly, for the most part, I guess we'll find out what happens here. In very, short amount of time, for sure. But, yeah, Bowser and Luigi being very far from each other to start with is not the best thing. And Luigi's having portals spawn on top of him, too. Which is, terrifying. Because you would think Bowser would be the one next to the Riptide, but, nope, it's Luigi, of all people. Which is interesting. Very interesting. Well, what we can do here is we could set up, a Steely Stare. And because of the fact that if we dash into an enemy, it does activate it, maybe that's what we can do here? I guess it's an option. I guess we'll see. There's 1 damage. Not bad. Not a lot, but something. We're still invisible when the area ends. We could send in the Whoops Gotta Go too, so that's an option. We'll just see what we can do. Try and push these enemies as far away from Luigi as possible, is what I'm going to say. And hopefully get a couple Steely Stare charges out of it too, while these guys are running. Not bad. It could have been much worse, to be fair. So, ended up working out pretty well. And then just try and get as close to them as possible for Luigi, because honestly, just Luigi and Bowser getting closer is going to do us a lot more better than our current predicament right now. And honestly, Bowser, you just sit back and just wait, buddy, because, honestly, with the enemies starting to make their way over here, I'm honestly not too sure. Ooh, that's not good. Did that gust hit Luigi? It did, but it actually pushed us into position of being safe. Okay. Well, at least Luigi's back into a safety zone, so I'll honestly take that. I say we leave the Riptides alone, though. I think actually leaving them alone is the only option here. So Luigi, I'm going to definitely be honest here, you're probably going to see if you can make your way up there. I'm going to be honest, because you do have double jump, so you can definitely take full advantage of repositioning yourself here. And honestly, being in above ground gives us 100% crit too. So we have a 100% chance of doing big damage here. Although how do we want to do it is the real question. Because we can do 2,000 damage instantly to the sharpshooter, which I think is a good option, for sure. But we haven't used turbocharge yet, so let's definitely send that in first, before we worry about that. Just because Luigi probably could one-shot the depleter. Yeah, he pretty much can. He can also get rid of one of those Riptides instantly, too. Only thing is I don't know what's going to spawn out of those portals other than... Actually, no, it looked like it spawned a Riptide, actually. Based on this guy being here, because I didn't realize he had spawned. Okay. Interesting. Not too sure yet. But I do think what we can do is obviously summon the Rabbid Koopas, so let's send those in. So Rabbid Mecha Koopas have a nice fun time over there, because, honestly, you're my first line of defense right here, to be completely fair and honest. So, dropping any kind of HP on the depleter would probably do us a decent amount, I think. Although I'm not too sure on how this is going to go here in a second. But Bowser's done with his turn completely, so he definitely needs to send himself backwards. At least to a safety zone. And Bowser, kind of want you to be closer, to be honest, buddy. I might need to... I can't actually vault over to help you, so that's not an option at all. But Bowser being in a safe zone like here is probably not too bad. But honestly, from here, probably just getting rid of the depleter might be a smarter idea. Because then we don't need to worry about long range, because the rest of the enemies seem to be Riptides. Okay, well, I guess we'll find out here. It depends on what spawns out of that, to be fair. Because at the current moment, it's not a problem. But, yeah, it's just Riptides, okay. That doesn't seem too bad, although that seems really bad. Oh no. Oh no, please. Why do you gotta spawn them on top of me? Okay, this is where things get very dicey. Already, I can see it. Okay, so, we can start doing damage to you. That's an option. I say definitely making our way back just a slight bit to get the back corner there is probably a good idea. We'll set up Steely Stare for sure, because we needed to go off instantly instead of waiting a couple turns, I think. Because the idea here is this guy's going to get blasted, he's going to get hit a couple times. The Riptides that spawn out of that portal over there shouldn't come at us anytime soon. But, yeah, when they definitely do start making their way over here, that's when things are definitely going to be where we need to be worried about it just a slight bit. But we'll send Bowser over. I think we're going to crush this guy, I think that's probably our first movement here. Thankfully we can. I wasn't sure if it was, but it definitely does. That's good. We can send in a little bit of artillery fire over here, but I'm not really sure on that, though. I could spawn in a POW block for later. I guess that's an option, too. I don't think turning ourselves into a healing option is a good idea yet. But I do say maybe spawning in a POW block for later might be a smart idea. Although I do think we should get completely out of range of these guys, just so we don't get, like, jumped immediately as soon as we go into the next turn. Because then we get another turn to go for any kind of blast, which may actually let us go over there safely. Oh, Luigi still has a shot left. Okay, well, that's good to hear. I wasn't actually sure about that one, but that's actually cool. Okay, well, that ends up working. Although, yep, those were Riptide, so it's good that we moved. Although, where's the next portal going to spawn? Because as long as it's not on top of us... Ooh, that's really bad. That's really, really, really bad. Well, Rabid Mecha Koopa's for sure for this guy. That's definitely the first course of action here. Although, other than that, 4 turns, we have this spawning directly on top of us. Bowser's no way of making it out of here in this turn. Well, there is options for sure. Luigi can turn invisible for a turn or two, if need be. But the thing is he's definitely going to be not invisible anymore in a couple turns for sure. So he's going to be like right in the line of fire here in a second. We could, per se, bring this guy closer. That is an option. So I think that's what we do. I think we bring him closer, let him kind of like get closer to Luigi, for sure. And then turn invisible. Because then Luigi's, you know, out of range for the most part. And then, well, we could have not turned invisible if we really wanted to be fair. But I do have an idea here. I think we drop this definitely on top of you like that. And is there any way to get completely out of a Riptide's range? Because we don't have many options here for sure. We could dash into the sky, which is an option. 3,000 damage though when we get hit though, that's going to be what's the yikes about this. I think definitely just leaving these enemies alone is probably our safest option here. Or just maybe preparing for safety for the most part. I could give myself immunity, which wouldn't be a good idea because once they hit me, Bowser's going to go flying. So maybe this is a good idea. I say probably just sending up Regenesis for Bowser, just so he gets a little bit of HP after this turn. Because he's going to go flying for sure. There's no way around that one. He's definitely going flying. Only thing is I'm worried about this turn here. I'm hoping he bounces me in a way that that should be out of range of any other Riptides. I'm not 100% on it, but yeah, the position where they're spawning these Riptides is kind of terrifying. Although I do think maybe not attacking these enemies is a better idea, to be fair. But I'm not entirely... Oh, actually, wait, their damage goes down entirely after they attack. Oh, okay then, that's interesting. So, you don't want to attack these guys at all then. Is literally what the idea is what I'm getting. Although I'm kind of needing to vault over that. I was kind of trying to go through them, but it was not giving me the option. Okay, Luigi, I'm gonna be honest, you're not liking your positioning at all. I'm gonna be fair, buddy, you're not in a good zone at all, bud. Definitely not liking it. But maybe what we can do is maybe help him out just a slight bit. Although I was kind of hoping to knock out the other guy. We need to just be right in the middle circle, I think. Nope, not that either. Okay, then. Well, apparently I need the crits, for sure, just to be able to get this guy out. Okay, well, he needs to go down for sure. I could maybe scare the other ones away from me, which is an option. But I think Steal a Stare might be our option here, because we'll still be invisible. So we'll be able to do a little bit of damage while they're kind of figuring out what they want to do. But for the most part, yeah, I'm not too sure about it, but we need to be able to get Bowser and Luigi together here in a second. I'm going to probably need to, more than likely, probably my immunity charm. But the thing is well, he's definitely going to bounce me. I think I should be right on top of him then, if he is going to bounce me. Because then we'll have a turn to kind of figure things out. And then honestly, from there, it's probably going to be kind of like a figuring out situation here. Because I feel like we're definitely going to need to be careful. I'm going to just say heal up just a slight bit to prepare. And then figure out from there what we're going to do. Because, yeah, this is definitely probably not going to go out the way that I want it to. But at least we'll, you know, be able to help Luigi here. But as long as he bounces me not too far away, yeah, that's not too bad. I'll take a little bit of damage, I think. Also, what's this Riptide doing? Okay, buddy, you can't really... Well, I'll take it. If they're gonna move weird like that, I'll definitely take it. Just because then they can't, like, completely get on top of me like I was thinking they were. But yeah, Luigi's not, like, in his current position at all. Wait a minute, he moved just in the way of making it so... Oh no, Luigi can still make it through good. I was a little worried there, because it looked like he was blocking me entirely in. But Luigi, you need to make your way in, bud. If I were to Screech, would that push all enemies out of us? Because I really need them away from me. Do not go through it, because they will sometimes go through the circle. Okay, they're running. Good. That's good to hear. I was a little worried there, for sure. We can leave the Riptide over there. I'm not really too worried about him at the current moment. But I do think probably helping out Bowser a little bit with his movement here might be a good idea. Okay, so Luigi's not in a bad situation anymore. Or as bad as he was in. Because portals are behind us now, which I feel a lot better about. But, honestly, we could send in some Rabbid Mecha Koopas on you. Start doing a little bit of damage to maybe push him completely out of range of, you know, any kind of dangerous ideas. Because he's definitely going to hit us anyways. So Bowser, like, doing a little bit of what he can do might do us some good here. Just because I want to make sure that we're completely safe to, you know, completely get out of range of these enemies. And also, Bowser is just out of range of helping Luigi. Because I feel like we can move Luigi quite far because of that double jump there. Okay, not bad. Definitely not bad at all. We could actually start taking out these guys if we really wanted to, but I think leaving them alone might be a better idea. We could go turbocharge, which is an option. Yeah, that might be an option. I'm going to go for it. I have an idea here. We'll have Luigi go for the attack. I think he's just out of range. It looks like he is. I'm not 100% on it, though, but I think we are just out of range of him. So, let's see here. If this guy were to move, it looks like he's just out of range, for the most part. So, as long as I attack him like that, we should be fine. And then we can attack him with Bowser, and then he'll go after Bowser here in a second. Yeah, that's not too bad. Honestly, could be worse. And then obviously pull him away. Well, actually, he's right on top of Luigi, actually. Well, Luigi, I'm sorry, buddy, but you're more than likely going down here, bud. I'm gonna be honest. Just because that guy's gonna, yeah, he's gonna one-shot you, isn't he? Okay, well, sorry, Luigi. I'm gonna be completely honest there, bud. Probably better that he's going for Luigi than he is Bowser, to be fair. Because Bowser has more HP. So Luigi going down now is actually not bad. As long as obviously not like 5 million Riptides spawn on top of us, to be fair. But, yeah, as long as those guys stay away from me, I think we'll be fine. Just because of positioning and everything. Because this enemy's basically not going to do anything. We just run as far as we can. He whacks us with his, his old whacker there. And, well, let's be honest here. He is definitely not going to get to the point of, being able to completely decimate Bowser in one turn. And these guys are kind of stuck up there at the current moment because they don't know what they're doing at the moment. But jeez, those guys do a lot of damage. But for the most part, you leave them alone. But the thing is with them, grouped up on top of you, you need to deal with some of them. So, although we did have to attack a couple of them, which you normally shouldn't attack them, it didn't turn out that bad. It could have been much worse, for sure. Definitely for sure. But Luigi ended up going down because, well, I kind of needed him to go down there, to be fair. The Steampunk Bazooka, we'll take that. That sounds pretty cool. As well as a Bowser memory, which we'll definitely take a look at. So let's see here. Bowser. It is surprising that our truce with Bowser lasted longer than our first battle together, yet his desire for revenge against Cursa for commandeering his minions has thus far proved stronger than his longing to kidnap Princess Peach. Or his animosity towards Mario. Bioforms are motivated by a number of factors, not all of which are necessarily virtuous. I guess so. But, Bowser is definitely, he's definitely on point on being part of our team, to be fair. He's definitely knows what he wants out of this. So, honestly, we're definitely doing pretty good there. Also, I see a spark down there. So there's a spark quest down there. Although, I'm curious if that instantly opens up or not. Just because of the fact that they don't always do that. But, you know what? I'm kind of curious. I guess we'll see. We'll jump down and then we'll end off today's episode, I think. Just because I am curious, because that's definitely a spark quest. And yep, it's locked for the time being, so we need to do other things before this will open up. More than likely finishing the world. New phase with my latest work. And who are you, buddy? I don't ask that art always be elegant, but it should not, champion ugliness. I guess so. Tell me again how critics act as mediators between art and its audience data. Data. So the robot's name is Data, apparently. Huh. Interesting. Definitely interesting. Although, where is this exactly compared to everything? Because it looks like you can easily... Yeah, you can just walk over here. Huh. Interesting. Well, with that being said, this is where we're going to be ending off today's episode, honestly. I think we've done quite a lot. And honestly, we're definitely preparing for, quite an interesting world. Based on everything kind of being completely destroyed, well, before we actually came here. And before Cursa had any influence on it. So, this is the first world we've ever been to. And only world that seems to be. Maybe Cursa's stronghold could also be kind of the same. But this is the first world that Cursa had no influence over destroying. Or trying to destroy. So that's kind of interesting, honestly. Based on everything we've seen. And it kind of makes sense with the wheel that we had before. Because all of them were based off of different seasons before. And this one's obviously not based on one, but it does have some semblance of being part of the story based on the fact that, well, the world has been destroyed before Cursa. So that's interesting. Why would Cursa need any influence on a barren world, though? That's kind of interesting, though. But with that being said, thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful rest day. Next one, we will be continuing our adventure in the world of Barrendale Mesa, and, well, hopefully figuring out what's really going on here. But with that being said, thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful rest day. Keep being spooky, and peace out. Hey boys and girls, thank you all for watching today's episode. If you liked what you saw today, please leave a like and maybe even subscribe. And hit the bell notification down below. If you guys have any kind of suggestions for games, please put that in the comments down below as well. Thank you all for watching today's episode, and keep being spooky. Peace out, guys.